Okay, be safe out there. All right? Have fun. Enjoy your race.
Hello everyone, this is the 2026 Battle on the Border. This is the first race in the Wisconsin-Illinois Cup. It is in Kenosha, and it's also part of the Wisconsin. It's like a part of a couple different race series, but this is the first public race series in the area. Right away, this is my basically teammate. We're in different kits and stuff, but he's off the front right away. We didn't really talk about what we were gonna do, so I see him off the front and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let him do what he wants to do. Like, I'm not gonna chase him because I know that if I chase him now, I'm bringing the field with me. So if he wants to go try something these first couple of laps, let him go do it. You'll see eventually it does get caught by two other guys and then we get brought back, so it doesn't lead anywhere. But I was thinking, if he's gonna go off the front for 40 minutes on his own, give him the opportunity to here. But this was a 40-minute crit. It was Cat 4-5, but this was a combination of the regular 4-5 field, but also any of the masters or juniors that have already raced. They did not pull people for the first 30 minutes of the 40 minutes that we had here today, which was pretty surprising with how short this course is. And we had a full field of 60 in this race today. That was the limit. And so it was kind of surprising that they let some of these kids in for as long as they stayed in, and those kind of became the most technical parts. Was dodging some of the 12-year-olds on the course, but eventually I don't want to be in the wind anymore. I've been on the front, not doing too much work, but on the front nonetheless, and I don't really want to be on the front anymore. Let someone else catch that group. So I shuffle back a little bit. Unfortunately, my Garmin died about 40% of the way through, and so the mini-map and the speed and the power and everything is going to go away 15 minutes in. I guess it was just a bit too cold and the battery drained a lot faster than I'm used to. It was pretty low, but I've done crits before where it's only dropped 3%, and so I was like, oh, it'll be fine. No, it died. So unfortunately, we don't have the metrics for everything. The 16 minutes that I was able to record, I had an average power of 300, and so it felt like I held that the whole time. Like, it was a pretty tough crit. So we could say that 300 watts-ish. I was spending a lot of the time not in the best draft position. You'll see in this field there are several riders. There are a lot of riders in this field that I would be absolutely comfortable being right behind their wheel in the best draft position, but there's also riders in these fields that this is their first crit, or they're a kid and they don't know how to hold a line, and it can be pretty dangerous if you're in the spot that you're supposed to be. So a decent amount of the time I'm not really in the best draft spot, and that's because it's safer in these fields to not be there. So that up ahead is, I think that is Dylan Williams from Indigo. He's a very strong rider. I know that if he catches that group and that group of three up there wants to roll, that they're absolutely gonna roll for the whole time. So it's time to pull it back. I did have the field behind me, unfortunately, here, but it was either that or let the race get away. And I think here you can see Dylan saw that, we were not going to let him get away, and so he kind of dropped back, and now it's split a little bit here, but you know, the whole field gets brought back together. And this is where we already have started lapping some people, so yeah, it's now a challenge of taking the best line, both in the sometimes a little bit scrambly 4-5 field, and also avoiding kids that were told to stay on the outside of the course, but sometimes didn't. So it was a challenge and a half right there. Someone in a light pink kit up in the front. It's Chris Murphy, I'm pretty sure. He, from like minutes 5 to 25, like he's the only person who's pulling this train, which is crazy. He did, about 2 hours before this race, he was in the Masters 35 plus, I think, I'm pretty sure, race, and he ended up getting off the front solo and holding that for almost the whole second half of the race. He did end up getting caught by one other person, so he took second, but he's someone who wants to try to get a breakaway going, but one, he already did a race today, he's a bit more tired, but also two, this was a very eager Cat 4-5 field, and there's a lot of really strong people here, and so it wasn't going to get away, so he ends up just being on the front of that train for like 20 of the 40 minutes, and nothing really comes of it, but it was nice not being at the front myself, so I don't have any complaints. Also, this is one of those situations where here comes a kid, we're going in the turn, the kid's been told to go to the outside if you're getting caught on. The front's already passed him, he knows that there's people coming, and then he comes into the train, like, I'm saying watch it because obviously he's not going to be able to hold with us, but now there's just like a roadblock in the way, and I am all for letting people get more experience. I'm pretty glad that they let some of these kids stay in for a bit more time than they probably should have, but that's just more experience for them, and you're not going to get better without experience, so props to the people putting on the race for not pulling him immediately, but also just like, that's really dangerous what is going on right there, just having someone in the middle of your pack as you were going 27 and they're going 20, and it's not like they had a juniors race before and after this for the different age groups. Like, they had their own races, and so, they had an opportunity to get their full race, and they could have just done it there, but, it's part of racing these more local events, is getting everyone an appropriate amount of time in the course for the thing that they signed up for. Compared to where I was just like a month ago, I do think I have gotten a bit better at these corners, but one thing that I gotta work on more is being more assertive with the corners I'm taking, because it's great if I can take a corner nice and fast, but if I'm not being assertive with it and I'm letting other people kind of hop into my line, then it doesn't really matter. And you'll see a couple more times, especially as this race continues, there's several times where I'm not assertive enough with, hey, this is my line, I'm going to be right behind this guy, and I end up getting chopped, and most of the time, like, I'm not even blaming the other people for chopping me, as I just wasn't assertive enough with it. There was maybe one or two times where I definitely would have blamed the other person, but I just got to be more assertive with, hey, this is my way, I'm not going to let you just take the corner inside and back me off of it. So that's another thing to work on. I guess I hit a pothole there or something. I got a little jittery, but yeah, that's something to work on in the future. Talking a lot here, that's all right, but like, look, we're coming up on a kid. He takes the inside corner. He can hear us coming, and then he goes wide. We're trying to get around him. There's a kid in the middle of this field now. I'm getting shuffled back. I just lost 15 spots, and it's like that. We should be pulling these kids at that point, honestly. It's like, it's one thing that let them get their time, but if they can't follow the stay outside rule, like, this is dangerous. We should be pulling them a bit earlier. this guy here up in front of me in the white is Sam. I ride with him a decent bit, and I haven't seen him near the front yet, and I know that he is a diesel, and so he's still got his energy. So now it's like, alright, if I'm spotting which wheels to stay behind, Sam is definitely one of them. So you'll see me try to, I could have took that corner a bit better, but try to stay behind him, because you'll see him sometime in the next 10 minutes he's just gonna go off when he's still on his hoods, and he just goes, and it's like, oh, there goes Sam. So that's a good wheel to stay behind.
Watch outside.
12 laps left, as the guy just said. And 12 laps is usually a lot of laps, but these ones are going by fast. And so, hey, I've got that bike. I've got a Canyon Grail. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the video that's playing on. But right about now, there's 12 laps left. That's only 6 miles, maybe a little less. And so I'm telling myself, I got shuffled back a little bit. I got to start moving back up spots. And I do a fairly decent job in these next couple of laps. Was off my pedals for way too long there. I could have taken that corner a bit better. But even though the corners could be taken better, at least like there isn't really gaps being left. Obviously, I'm still out in the wind right now, which shame on me, but. And then Dylan Williams, who was out in the front a little bit. Yeah, see, just like things like that. That's why I'm not directly behind someone right now, because why did we brake? Why did we do that? We have since pulled all of the people who are no longer in contention. Those people are out. And so it's not like we're having to deal with the kids on the course anymore. And so we're just squeezing brakes on a straightaway. And that's why I don't really sit in the perfect draft spots, because, well, I don't want to be right behind some guy who just squeezes his brake for no reason. And so I got to sit in the wind a bit more. But when I'm behind wheels that I'm a bit more comfortable with, like this, now I let this wheel go, but obviously in the white jersey, the Hollander Sam, like I'm perfectly fine sitting behind his wheel. I know he's not going to do anything stupid. So, but with the people that you don't know, it's just risky in this level of racing. And this upcoming corner, I think, would be the one time that I could say, the guy chopped it pretty hard. Is you see me, at first it looks like I just don't hold my line, but that's because someone comes out of nowhere that's not visible on camera yet, and I gotta swing wide a little bit, because, yeah, I mean, he almost took out the kid, 535. He almost took me out, so he just came out of nowhere, and that's kind of shuffled us around a little bit. Now if I could have been a little bit more aggressive with taking that wheel, but I wasn't, so it's one more being shuffled back. Now Sam's on the front again, doing Sam things. It's always pretty nerve-wracking when, I mean, we're, 10 laps to go at this point? He absolutely could just go from here to see him start doing that. It's always like, oh boy. smartest idea because of how much I've been kind of near the front and not in the best drafting position, but I think I was tired of just being in the shuffled position, so I send something right here. It gets called out immediately. Right. You can hear him saying, well, I just talked over him, but it gets called out immediately. I'm bringing the field with me here, so that's like, I think I wanted to see if I could, oh, and I'm not even pedaling through the corner. It felt like I did, but I'm bringing the field with me. I don't even have a gap form, and so this isn't really worth anything except to just keep the pace high. 5 laps to go right there, so a bit over 2 miles left. And this was the point where I kind of backed off the gas right here. I was just waiting for someone to pass because, like, I did my 20-second little interval. I'm not going to be doing much effort at the front anymore, and eventually, you know, people get antsy and they'll come around. And then I do think I waited a bit too long to get back on the gas. You can see I am not doing much effort. I wish I had the power meter. This was probably like one of my lowest effort segments right on that part of the lap, but eventually someone bites and they come around and a decent amount of people follow him. I'm saying that I thought it happened by now. I'm watching the video as I commentate. Here it is. So yeah, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go now. And then a decent amount of people follow, and I probably should have been on the gas right here to just make sure that I didn't get washed too far back, because yeah, I went from, I was first wheel, now I'm in 10th wheel, which wouldn't be the best, like right about here with there not really being any teams. Like, you have the 2 Hollander guys up front. That's about it. Like, there's the Indigo team was there, but they've only got 1 or 2 guys on the front at a given time, so there wasn't really any team control. And so being 5th wheel, oh yeah, here comes a dive bomb. It's like usually when there's a team controlling the front, you can be a little bit further back, but there isn't here. It's not like any of these people are lead out people, and then I kind of get chopped on my inside by this guy in the black, but and now we're on the gas. Now there's going to be 3 to go as we come around here, and we're moving. So yeah, being near the front at least, that was kind of my goal with these last couple laps, because you know, it always gets really fast near the end, and you don't want to be near the back because it gets a lot harder to make your way back up. This is maybe not where I want to be, maybe a little bit higher up, but you know, this is probably still fine here. This is the chunkiest part of the route is that outside after turn 2, but I ended up taking it a lot. I don't know why specifically. I do a decent bit of gravel and have done CX, so I'm not uncomfortable in the bumps, but like, surely there could have been a better line for me to take there. Now we're coming in with 2 to go. Sam's on the front that's a little bit nervous. We're moving fast. It's probably 400 watts from here on out. I could be pedaling a bit more through that. No, I'm right on his wheel. That's better than I have been this over the last 2 months, so I mean, hooray for little bits of visual improvement. Now I'm not doing the best right there. I was talking too early. It's starting to slow down a little bit here. We got off the gas, but we're gonna get right back on it in a second. This would have been a great spot to move up a couple of spots, and I think I call it out right here.
We're going to right now, Elliot. Right now, Elliot.
Yeah, he doesn't hear me. I gotta be louder. I was trying to say, not like a pull, but like work up a few spots right now. And then, yeah, I gotta be more assertive with those with the corners, because yeah, I absolutely got chopped there, but if I was just holding his wheel better, then it would have been him going into my back wheel instead of me going into his back wheel. So I just gotta be more assertive, is what I learned on this, especially this last lap. And now dropped 2 more spots, not what I should be doing with a lap to go. This could have been a spot to work up, take the inside line, be a bit more assertive here, yeah, and then just take the inside a bit better, yeah, and he ends up, yeah, I squeezed my brakes a little bit because he deviated a bit from his line, which is unfortunate. And then I'm not pedaling here. Well, I was, but, you know, I have to accelerate a bit more, and then, yeah, just not picking the best lines and the best wheels to follow on that last lap is why I got shuffled back as far as I did. Because, yeah, here comes Dylan Williams, took that last corner the best. He won it. He was first the last corner, and then, yeah, field sprint to end. I can't pass anyone up, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get passed because I did not have the sprint legs today. I did a hard workout the day before, and it was a workout that was much harder than it was supposed to be, so oopsie, don't do that the day before a race. So no sprint legs, unfortunately, but, you know, yeah, I just realized my Garmin died. But yeah, decent race. Oh, it ended 15th out of 51. I ended that video a bit early. Thanks for watching. Bye.